Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today is the last Friday of 2022, and it was actually a good episode, but it's the last Friday of 2022. When I come back on Monday, it'll be a new year. So happy new year in advance, everybody. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let me get down to business. Well, we have, some boring stuff going on. We've got Sam and Dante. They're at Kelly's having a milkshake together. They're going to watch the fireworks from Kelly's. Joss comes in with her bodyguard. She has them, of course, stay outside. She wants to talk to Cameron, but Cameron's doing a catering job, dropping off stuff for catering. So Cameron wasn't there. You thought she would have called him, right? But then Dante and Sam asked her to sit and talk. So they do. And Josslyn spouts her usual Sunny this, Sunny that. And you're caught in the middle. I mean, I fast forwarded the whole thing. So Josslyn tells Dante and Sam she's going to leave because she wants to try to make Britt's party. So Josslyn goes out. Josslyn tells her bodyguard, I'm getting ready to go home and I'm going to get dressed and I'm going to, go to Britt's party. And the bodyguard is looking at her like, wait, what? And she goes, don't worry. Sonny's going to be there. It'll be okay. So I guess the bodyguard said, oh, okay, then see ya. Right? When you're supposed to guard somebody, you guard somebody. You don't listen to them. You still guard them. Josslyn is an idiot. But anyway, we'll get to her and the hook later. So then we have Michael and Willow. They are sitting, talking and reminiscing. And Wiley tried to stay up. I didn't know kids that young wanted to stay up till, New Year's, but he, of course, went to sleep. And they're talking, and Willow's like, but what if I'm not here next Christmas? And she's, feeling bad about that. So Michael brings out the wedding ring that he gave to her, his grandmother's wedding ring. And this time he's giving it back to her and he asked her to marry him. And she, of course, said yes. So they're going to get married. But, they'll probably have Willow. Not probably. We already know Willow's health is going to go downhill. Right? Because that's how the whole Who's Your Mama going to come out. And then we have, let's see, what do we have? We have Josslyn now showing up on the pier. Well, before I get to that, Trina and Spencer were ridiculous today to me. They stayed outside on that deck the entire time. All yesterday, all today till the very, very end until Maxie came in. Of course, my dog, she's got to start up now. I guess she's my co-host on these daily recaps right now. But anyway, so she's like, Spencer, we should get in. Well, no, then let them think about what we're doing. And I'm like, how are they going to think about what we're doing when nobody knows you're there? Spencer was outside waiting on Trina. Trina got there, saw him. She never went in. Okay, never. How ridiculous was that? Talking about we could be friends and this, that, and the other and spend it to and then the hook is right there on the deck getting ready to hook Spencer in the back, although that would have been the first time that the hook would have hooked someone with someone else around. That would have been interesting to me. Okay. But for all the, some people still think Trina's the hook. No, she's not the hook. So anyway, Maxie comes out saying, Spencer, Trina, come inside. You're missing everything. And I'm like, Maxie, how did you know they were even there? But I think Maxie was out there on the deck looking for stragglers because they were presenting Britt with this group gift, right? So they come in, which, the hook now doesn't have a chance to hook Spencer in the back. And the gift they gave Britt was really, really cute. I'll get to that. So then now we have Josslyn showing up on the pier by herself without any bodyguards. Hey, I'm on my cell phone. I'm on the pier. I'm by myself because, see, I'm going to do what I want. Because, yeah, Sonny may be having me guarded, but I am not going to thank him for it. But I don't appreciate it. Okay, baby girl, now here you go. See, you did what you wanted. You ditched Sonny's guard, and there's the hook right behind her. Well, it's not that close. I had to kind of splice those pictures that close, but got that close because she turned around and saw the hook, and the hook was already up in the air. Josslyn. Part of me feels Dex is going to show up. Part of me feels that Dex is going to show up and save Josslyn. And or at this point, Britt is leaving the Haunted Star. I'm wondering, is Britt going to run into this whole thing happening? I don't know what's going to happen. But all I know is the way they made us think or want us to think is Josslyn is next. So I'm laughing because now my male 14-year-old Yorkie he's growling at me and he never does. What is it with them? Oh my goodness, worse than kids. So anyway, now we get to see. Does Joss get the hook? Does she? That is going to be good. But now let's get to what was really good. Okay, Laura still talking to Nikolas, still begging him to let her help, still begging him, don't let Victor wild. Right? Done with that, Laura. He always makes the wrong choice. So forget about Nikolas. Forget about him. So anyway, Esme is up there. Laura's left. Esme set the fire. She lit the Christmas tree on fire. And as it's getting bigger and bigger and the fire alarm, smoke detector's going off, she's like, maybe this wasn't a good plan. And I'm thinking, you think? You think? You better hope Nikolas didn't leave for the evening. Huh? Right? So Nikolas was pouring himself a drink and he hears the smoke detectors going off. So he's running up there, sees smoke coming out of the room. He has the fire extinguisher and he's like, Esme. And he's, trying to get the fire out. And he sees Esme dash right by him. She had something over her head. She was mad dashing for the door. Esme runs out, right? But she's a bit winded because of the smoke. She got some of that, she was suffering from some smoke inhalation. And so she goes out on the parapet. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why would you run there? Run your behind down the stairs. Yes, you coughing, but keep coughing. Run, girl, run, right? You don't go to no dead-end parapet. Run out that front door. So anyway, she's there, and Nikolas comes out there, and he shuts the door. He goes, the fire's out. Now what you gonna do? I've had enough about when you get on Cassadine Island, you're gonna have everything you need, Esme, after my baby is born. And she's looking and she's going to the edge, the edge of the parapet, and he's like, what are you doing? And she's looking at him like, I'm not about to go back in there with you. So she stands up onto the edge of that parapet and he goes, Esme, take my hand. What are you doing? Get down from there. She looks over at Nikolas and Esme says, I survived the fall once. I can survive the fall again. And that girl does a back dive right off of that parapet. And I was like, oh my goodness. What? I mean, did she see her parents ready to come here? We got you. Because there is no way pregnant like that now that baby should be able to really, it shouldn't have been able to when she was that early pregnant when she fell. But oh my goodness, the damage. I guess she feel like this. Look, I'm gonna fall on my back into the water, so I'm not falling. I don't know what she thinking, right? And Nikolas like, no, and he's looking at. Shh, you heard the water go, and I was like, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? Is she gonna get away again? And now we're gonna have her parents really looking for her? I don't know what's gonna happen. But I tell you this, if somehow she gets found and taken to the hospital and she dies on Nikolas and Elizabeth, those two are in trouble. Those two are in big trouble. So we'll see what happens next week on that. You know, and let's face it, we all know the actor playing Nikolas, he should be running out of scenes that he did film within a couple of weeks, right? So hopefully they got some good stuff out of him. But look, all that is a recast. Right now, quick one. The actor played, the role of Nikolas Cassadine is temporarily being played by XYZ until they hire one they really want. Do a quick, get the guy you got in before. Have him fill in. I don't necessarily know that I want him to be Nikolas, but as a fill-in, we're used to seeing him, right? Because Nikolas is too crucial. His storyline is a hot one right now. We may not like the guy, but it's a hot storyline, okay? And Esme, that girl, oh my goodness. That was crazy. That's showing you how desperate she wanted to get out of that situation. Seriously. Wow. So now let's go to Britt's party. Britt's party, that was really good to me. She had such a ball. They had Britt got up on the stage to sing to her Lepian, but we didn't get to hear Britt sing. That woman has a voice on her, but I guess, with time and everything, because Britt likes to do full opera courses, really. She does. She's like an opera singer. But as they brought out her cake, Brad is whispering, not Brad, Austin's whispering in her ear, you don't have to do this. You do not have to leave. And she kind of turned around and she looked at him, but she kept on. But look, all the activities and excitement she was having, like her mother said, she was overexhausting herself. Because when it came time to blow out the cake, the candles, she could only make blowing out half of them. She couldn't even blow them all out. And Nina saw what was happening. So Nina's like, look, let me show you. Because, this is Britt's first birthday party ever. Because when they said make a wish, she was getting ready to say, okay, my wish is. And they're like, no, you can't tell your wish or it won't come true. She's like, well, how would I know, right? So Nina leaned in. She blew out the rest of those candles. Like, hey, okay, let me help you. So she blew them out. But then when it came time for Britt to cut the cake, her hand was already trembling. She was having tremors in her hand down by her side. And the funny thing is, Terry noticed it. Now, Terry doesn't know Britt is sick, but Terry does have a feeling Britt is sick, but Britt has never told her that she's sick and what she has, right? So Terry noticed it and she goes, let me cut the cake for the birthday girl. So she grabs the thing and, okay, I'm going to do it. And she cuts the cake, right? And they give Britt the first cake, first piece of cake, which kind of covers from there. And then they're getting close to the countdown, the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, the Happy New Year. So Austin goes over to Britt again. Now, mind you, you would swear Austin and Maxie never knew each other, really. now you knew Finn and Elizabeth knew each other because, Finn followed Elizabeth out on the deck and she told him that she had a miscarriage and she hadn't even told her boy she was pregnant. He goes, they'll never hear it from me. So she's like, thank you, but blah, blah, blah. So he comes up to her and he's like, like, this is a great part. She goes, yes, it is. Yeah. She was just so happy. And she's like, thank you so much. Because they gave Britt their picture. The group gift is they gave her a box and they had a remote control. And she goes, a remote control? But they wheeled in this huge big screen TV. And it was a collage of pictures of Britt from a baby to a little girl, and just her whole life, just pictures throughout the years. And then with some of her colleagues at General Hospital, and they had one with her in Epiphany, which was a really good one. And she was just like, wow. And then her having fun with her Brad and Maxie and just having a good time. And Terry, pictures of her and Spencer together. I mean, just a really good memory lane for her. And so they said it was Austin's idea. Now, wow. So Austin could be very thoughtful, right? And so when he came over to her right before they were doing the toast for Happy New Year, she said, thank you so much for arranging that gift, because they also gave her the pictures on a small, those picture frames that you load pictures in with a flash drive or through the cloud mainly. And the pictures just cycle on the device. They're giving that to her. So she'll have that with her, and they'll probably give her a flash drive too. So he goes, you're welcome. And so when everybody started with the whole 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, she looked at him, she hugged him, and she walked right out that door. And I actually got a little sad. I was like, man, don't walk out there and get hooked. Because the hooker was out there, so we thought, but look, the hooker's on the pier where Josslyn is, right? But the picture with her waving goodbye in the center that I have, you could tell that was her on the lot, the General Hospital lot, and she was probably leaving for the day, for her last time on the show. And I'm gonna miss those two. I'm gonna miss Britt and Epiphany. Both actresses will definitely be missed from General Hospital. Definitely. Anyway, let's go to comment corner, everybody. Comment corner. Before I get too emotional here. Comment corner. James says, wait until Esme's parents get loose. She also says, I hope Trina and Spencer can stay together. They're a very good match. Yes, they are, but we'll see what's going to happen. And then we have a comment from user XW blah, 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 says, is it me or does it seem like they're trying to make Cameron look like he's the hook today? No, I think they just showed that's how Josslyn and Cameron is so off sync that she didn't even know he wasn't working on New Year's Eve. Now, isn't it funny? Don't most couples, New Year's Eve is a couple's night too, right? You plan to do something on New Year's Eve, and that's just telling you how far apart they are, that she didn't even have his schedule for New Year's Eve. And then Emily says, I agree that Trina and Spencer are in over their heads. They're attempting to be the new Nancy Drew and Sherlock Holmes without the common sense to go inside. I know. Spencer telling Trina she's gorgeous, and them talking about their past feelings is cute and all, but staying on the deck was easy pickings for the hook killer. Yes, it was. Come on. Like he said, we'll see her coming. How could you see her coming? You too busy gazing into Trina's eyes, and they heard the chains. Their signature, they hear the chains clacking. I heard that. And they look like, who's that? Oh, it must be the party folks inside. Oh, okay. Yes, must be that, you two. And then Emily says, hi, daily recap, beautiful lady. Hope your Christmas went well, and the same to you for the upcoming New Year's holiday. Same to you and everyone. Be safe out there. If you're drinking too much, do not drive. And be careful of those that are drinking and driving on the road. Don't be rushing through. Once the light turns red, give it a beat. Give it a beat, look side to side, because the drunk drivers run red lights like there's no tomorrow. And I want you all back here on Monday. So anyway, let's see. I wanted to say I agree that Britt and Brad's performance was very nice. It was as good as, or if not better than Chase's performance. Better. However, when when you know the original singers of the song, okay. I knew you were waiting for me. It was Aretha Franklin and George Michael's. I'm sorry, there's no comparison. Well, yeah, I mean, they were doing a cover in this, so yeah. I mean, you can't do Whitney Houston and think you're as good as that, right? But no, for a cover, they did very, very well. I appreciate the great send off for Britt, and I definitely got up and danced all around the house. I know, and singing along with them because I knew the song back and forth. It was a part of my childhood. My mom loved this song. We all did. It was a sweet send off for Britt because also for my mom who recently passed. So thanks, General Hospital. I am so sorry for your loss. I mean, when we lose a loved one, parent, loved one, child, it's just sometimes devastating to us. But there's nothing like the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, and the talented man, gotta have faith and freedom, Mr. George Michael. And then Sheila says, Michael's vendetta against Sonny is just plain stupid. What were the writers thinking? I don't know, because it's ridiculous, right? And then Veronica says, Esme has hurt a lot of people. I can't feel sorry for her. I really hate what she did to Sasha and Brando's baby Liam. She deserved every single thing she got, and more. She has hurt so many people. She hurt Ava and everyone that got into her path. She's done a lot of damage. Yes, she did. And Linda says, love their singing. I think it was their real voices. Yes, I really do believe that was Brad's voice and Britt's voice, because I could hear their voice in the words that they were saying. You know, that did not seem like they were lip syncing that. Everyone did get invited. Everyone didn't get invited. If you were, and you were right, Britt doesn't have many friends. The extras probably had a lot to do with money, you know, and paying the actors who had other storylines. Yeah, it was cheaper to do extras for that. And then M. Sims says, loved Britt's duo much more than Chase's, which was painful to watch. Michael says, Britt's party was actually good TV. Britt and Brad was better than Chase and Blaze. It might have been better, or the better song selection. Yeah, it was a better song, because the Blaze and Chase's voice didn't match well with, especially that Christmas song they sang. Woo! And then Trina considers Esme could possibly not be the hook. Esme is going to start a fire. The hook will strike again. Thanks for a great year of recaps. Looking forward to 2023. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Then Annette says, yes, I thought the same for me singing. I thought the same for me singing. Maybe was it their voice or not? Yeah. And then Anna Rihanna says, I love that Britt was getting to have the time of her life. It's about time. Esme is in survival mode, and that Princess is getting out of that tower. I agree that Laura will turn up on Cyrus's doorstep. Nina, go sit down. You would be history like the rest soon enough. I hope Sonny has a handle on this. And if Sonny is out, who will take care of the family? You? Like you took care of the family when everyone thought Sonny was dead. No, Mama Bear took care of it all with Jason by her side. Just saying. Britt and Brad were better than Chase and Blade. Trina is the voice of reason. Come on, guys. Move it along. Great recap. And then Trey Voice says, I always thought Cameron was Laura's first grandbaby. In essence, Laura has accepted and adopted all of Elizabeth's children as her grandchildren, when in fact it is only Aiden is her only physical bloodline grandchild. It's Aiden. That's Lucky's son. Cameron's father was Xander, and Jake's father was Jason. And then user XW says it would have been Lulu's child if that she had with Dylan, but she had an abortion. Yeah, Lulu was like 15 or 16, maybe 16 when she got pregnant, and she had an abortion. And matter of fact, it was Luke that drove her to the clinic to have the abortion done. She didn't want him to go inside with her though, but he was the one that took her. And then Ron said Michael will get in so deep, things will backfire on him. And Dex sees Sonny doing the right thing with no drugs, but it doesn't satisfy Michael. Sonny's rule was always no drugs and no guns. I'm surprised he's letting guns go through, but they don't know that it's guns. I don't think they honestly know that it's God. I don't know what Sonny knows. You know, I think Sonny might be trying to keep an eye on keeping his enemies a little close, but we shall see. And Deborah says, Nikolas is still lying to his mother. Word is Spencer will find something at Windermere that will prompt him to search around the estate. Michael needs to stop. He's going to feel like a butt when he finds out Carly has been lying to them about Willow's mom being Nina. Trey Voice says, what will be Michael's best punishment if Willow, Wiley, and his unborn daughter's deaths by a bomb explosion. No, they better not do that. That's horrible. No. Willow needs a win. She don't need to die, and she don't need none of her kids to die. Cindy says Trina knows the hook is out there and the victims have been people that she was associated with. Yet she went alone to meet Spencer on the Hottest Star. He should have picked her up. And then Trey Voice says if Spencer tried to pick her up, Curtis and Marsha would have refused to let her go with him and slammed the door in his face. That is probably 100% true, Trey Voice. Cindy says Dex is Michael's plant, yet Michael seems to resent the occasions when Dex asked to meet with him. I should think he'd be glad to get an update. How else is Dex supposed to keep Michael informed? Even so, I don't approve of Michael's vendetta against Sonny. He should focus on his own family. I don't think Willow knows anything about this. Willow knows absolutely nothing about this. And Cindy says, I wasn't sure if it was Brad and Britt's actually singing karaoke or if they were lip syncing. Their presentation was a lot better than Chase's and Blaze. I think it was because Brad and Britt are such close friends. Yeah. Plus, Britt knows her glory days are limited, and she was into savoring the time she has. I know. And then Monique says, Michael needs to stop this pointless feud with Sonny. Is he aware that he's making his family a target? Well, Dex tried to tell him. He tried to tell him, you and your family could be in danger. Michael didn't want to hear none of that. What was he thinking? Was he thinking about Avery and Donna with this ridiculous plan to take down Sonny? No, he was not. He said they'll be safe. They'll be better off without him. Yeah, right, Michael. And then Carrie Jo says, I thought Michael paid him and said he didn't, and said, you don't work for me. And Dex said he would do it on his own. Yep. Dex did say, Michael did say, I'm done. You know what? No, this is not worth it. I got to concentrate on my family. And Dex did say, I'll do it on my own. But I think they still kind of came on the agreement that Dex is still going to work for Michael, or even if Michael doesn't pay him. Well, heck, Sonny's paying Dex enough, right? And then Sandy says, Cyrus tried to tell Laura she better listen. Trina and Spencer working together. Maybe we can get a love story out of it. They're cute. Although I am sick of all the singing, Britt and Brad were better than Chase and Blade. And Nikisha says, I agree. Brad and Britt were better than Blake and Chase. I'm going to miss Britt so much. So that was it for Comment Corner, the last Comment Corner of 2023. When we come back on Monday, we will have Comment Corner for 2020. Well, I'll be reading the comments in 2023, but really the comments will be on today's episode, which is in 2022, but that's all right. We're going to carry on in the new year. And I don't know if there's a new episode on New Year's Day with General Hospital, or will they play an old one, or is it whatever? But if there is an episode on Monday, I will be right back here. You all be safe out there and have a happy, happy new year.